We call Kent the Garden of England because of its produce, but for years cherry production in the county has been in decline. Old-fashioned techniques meant overseas producers gained an edge, and our weather doesn't help, especially this year.
The weather that we've had in the spring has been the worst for the last 35 years, and it has decimated the cherry crop in particular for this year, reducing it by something as high as 80% in some cases. Bearing in mind that Kent is the highest producer for cherries in the UK, it's going to be a serious problem.
A problem that not only means less cash being brought into the county, but fewer jobs. Coping with the weather is essential merely to keep the industry going, but beating it is the key to a Kentish fruit revival, which is now underway. Tom Hume has 25 acres of cropping cherries with a further 20 of newly planted trees. He says there are two key reasons for growers such as him to win the fight against overseas competition.
Some new management techniques were put in place to grow cherries on what are called dwarf rootstocks, which meant that you had a smaller tree which was much more manageable and a smaller root system, which means that we've been able to put in place other management techniques such as putting tunnels such as this one over the cherries to keep the rain off, and smaller dwarf root systems take up less water, which has meant that we've been able to control the splitting of the cherries to a much better degree.
A decade ago, the entire British cherry industry had sales of just 400 tonnes. This year, that figure's likely to hit 2,000, 5,000 in 2013. The Garden of England is on the rise again. David Johns in Howden for Meridian Tonight.